Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are around the world. My name is Anthony Holland, and welcome to my video on what is EFT. For those of you who may not know, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. It's also referred to as tapping, as that describes part of the process. Some terms used also is psychological acupuncture, a form of acupuncture without the needles. Um, as I said, it's a tapping process where we use our fingers to tap on known specific acupressure points on the face, body, and hands. EFT is an evidence-based technique. I believe there's over 400 papers out there now. You can find out a little bit more about the research, and I encourage you to do that on our website or the organization EFTI, Emotional Freedom Techniques International. But yeah, tapping, quite simply, is a combination of acupressure and talk therapy. There's been decades of research available now. Before, we used to use the analogy that behind all negative emotions is because there's a disruption in the body's energy system. Now, I firmly buy into that because I understand that the body and everything is energy. But to the academic world, they and me, I like to understand how things work. So, the mechanisms behind EFT, which I will share with you my website that I have some. There we go. The mechanisms behind EFT include the deactivation of the amygdala. The amygdala is like a switch inside our brain, okay? Or it's referred to also the stress center or the fire alarm in our brain. Tapping on meridian points, okay? When we tap on these points here in this diagram, it sends a calming signal to the brain, letting our brain know it's safe to relax. So, for example, when you receive bad news from your boss or your family, or begin to worry about future events, it triggers a part of your brain called the amygdala. It's like an almond piece, as I said, a switch. This part of the brain is responsible for starting the stress response in our bodies, releasing stress-related hormones into our bloodstream, cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine, and other inflammatory agents. Okay. Also popularly known as the fight or flight response. It was something I was made aware to many years ago when I was attending anger management courses. I didn't take much note of it then, and it just brushed over me. But it's hugely significant protection response. But it is the body's natural protection reaction to a perceived threat. The problem is we tend to have our amygdala in charge way more often than we want. You see, to the mind, you can't distinguish between a real threat or an imaginary threat of fear or worry. Still activates the fight or flight response, maybe at a lower grade. But when you add this up, how many times you're activating this amygdala, it takes its toll. Where are we? Most of the time, when this is happening in our body, you aren't experiencing the fight or flight or freeze response for the same reason that our ancestors did long ago, where there is no tiger in the woods, okay? But as I just mentioned, the reaction in your body is still the same. Tapping on the meridian points, the same using acupressure, while you think about what is causing you stress, helps our mind understand that we are not in any physical danger. and it's safe to relax. Tapping allows you to bring your life back into balance and reduce stress around our relationships, finances, weight, pain, fears, and so much more. EFT has also been shown to significantly lower cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone, in clinical research. Research also on gene expression indicates EFT has the ability to downregulate genes associated with a stress response and upregulate or improve immune functioning. So that's fascinating to know. To find out a little bit more about our research, you can go to our organization, EFT International. Just click on the Discover EFT tab and click into the EFT research database. And you can just type in whatever you're looking for, whether it's articles on PTSD, depression, anxiety issues, which is a lot of papers and research available for those topics. So yes, as I mentioned, I believe we have over 400 papers from meta-analysis to randomized controlled trials, 73, 10 meta-analysis. And yeah, I encourage you to go and read up about it yourself and judge for yourself, okay? So this is our website. It's an incredible organization. If anybody out there, psychologists, counselors, psychiatrists are looking for an organization where you can get certified and trained in clinical EFT, then I highly encourage you to check out our organization, where you can find trainers. Okay. Don't forget, you don't have to be in the same country to do the training. EFT most of the time is done online through Zoom, so that makes it really convenient. You can also find, where are we? You can find practitioners, I believe. EFT, where? Oh, there you go. Find a practitioner. So if you're looking for a practitioner to help you with your specific issues, you can find a list of practitioners here, okay? I'm there somewhere. I might not be a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but I know how it feels to be isolated, hopeless, and feel like nobody to turn to, or even feel like nobody's listening. For many years, I'd gone through my own depression, even diagnosed myself with PTSD at one stage using the ACE calculator, the Adverse Childhood Experiences Diagnostic tool, which was the point in my life that I knew that I had to do something about how I was feeling, because it weren't doing me any good. And you know, at one point growing up, I didn't even want to be here. So thank God I found EFT. It's a miracle in my life. So to help me recover, more importantly, in the beginning. And then I decided to become a practitioner myself, so I can help guide you guys through your most pressing issues in life. Okay, so if you feel like EFT is something you would like to use in your own life, please reach out to me. I did make a previous video on how to book a consultation with me, so you can find that on my Facebook page, which is called lessstressinourlives.com. I hope you found this video helpful and useful again. And remember, you don't have to feel isolated. You don't have to feel stuck. You don't have to feel like there's no one to turn to, okay? EFT is an incredible set of techniques and tools, if not just a great first aid tool to help us regulate our emotions, okay, or chronic emotions that are keeping us stuck in life. So I encourage you to find out more. You can check out my website, lessstressinourlives.com. Okay, I do have some more information on there. So yes, I will make some more videos next time, or another video on teaching you how stress actually affects our physiology, our biology, and why tapping on our stressful events allows us to relax and reduce the levels of stress in our lives. When you can think more clearly, we can make better choices and better decisions in our life. And that's what I've found, that EFT has benefited my life by being able to make better decisions and better choices after I've tapped on my limiting beliefs, my traumas, and resolved issues that were controlling my life at one point. So I highly encourage you guys to do your own research, okay? But at the same time, if there's anything I can do to help you, then just drop me a line, okay? And I'll be more than happy to help you guys. So bye for now, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.